Foxes, who have learned to adapt to a wide variety of climatic conditions, are extremely widespread. Their habitat includes almost the entire territory of Europe and Asia, North America, and North Africa. These animals successfully acclimatized in Australia, where they were brought in the middle of the 19th century. How do foxes live? The lifestyles of foxes are usually nocturnal, but there are some that search for food during the morning and afternoon hours and sleep at night. Foxes may dig very long and multi-chambered burrows in the slopes of ravines or hills, but they do not use them as permanent dwellings. They are used for breeding and sometimes as shelter from danger. This is where the female foals, bearing 5 or 6 cubs. To be safe, fox dens have several exits, or attics. The cubs live in the main chamber underground, but can escape from the enemy, such as a breed of dog specially bred to hunt foxes, through alternate exits. Sometimes foxes use other people's burrows, such as badgers or marmots, driving out clean-cut hosts with their pungent and strong odor. Foxes do not hibernate. Throughout the cold season, they roam their territory and rarely use burrows. The fox is a cautious animal, but also very curious. An empty tin can, a colored piece of paper, everything he meets on his way, he is sure to explore. What drives the fox when it comes out to the noise of a car or train? Simple curiosity or curiosity related to personal safety. It is as if the animal is checking to see who has appeared in the woods and from whom to expect trouble. Each animal has its own territory where it lives and gets its food, and if the borders have been violated by another fox, the integrity of the territory is restored with a scuffle. What do foxes eat? The fox is a typical predator. Its main and most constant prey is mice, to which it is perfectly adapted both due to its thin incisors and narrow muzzle. In winter, the fox can be seen mousing. If the snow is shallow, the animal smells a mouse under it and uses its sense of smell to follow its prey from above under the snow cover. The fox stands on its hind legs, waits, and then sharply, in a jump, rushes with its front paws to the place where the prey is hidden under a layer of snow. Only the difficulty of catching mice in the snow or in the number necessary to feed their cubs usually causes them to switch to catching birds and large rodents. In general, the fox is an omnivorous animal. It eats everything living under its paw, from snails and bugs to hares and grouse sleeping under the snow. Sometimes Patrikivna visits chicken coops and city dumps, where there is always something to eat. She also eats plant food, berries, and fruits. The animal enjoys catching fish and crayfish, and sometimes even digs up earthworms. The fox is of great economic importance as an exterminator of rodents and insect pests. At the same time, foxes are carriers of an acute infectious disease, rabies. Family matters, wedding time, in foxes begins in February and March. Several males court one female, not moving a step away from her. Fights between males for their sweetheart are inevitable at this time. The strongest of the strongest becomes the father of the family, which usually has 4 to 6 cubs, sometimes more, up to 12 to 13. A fox pregnancy lasts 52 to 56 days. The cubs are born blind and deaf, but covered with fluffy brown fur. By the 20th day, the cubs begin to crawl out of the burrow, but continue to feed on their mother's milk for up to a month and a half. It becomes more and more difficult to feed the fast-growing cubs, and the parents, both mother and father, take part in raising the new generation, begin to teach them the tricks of the hunt. By this time the cubs run away from their holes for some distance and start catching small animals, beetles, grasshoppers, etc. Usually, by August, the cubs are old enough to live on their own.